What's going on, boys? NealGuides here. Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we got a meta, I would say 50k team for those of you starting a web app or trying to get better or get a good team. Now, I'm going to show you how to upgrade this team incrementally as well and how you can get full chemistry. So stay tuned. Now, the first card we're going with is Yota. Now, this is important. Whenever you're making a cheap team, ignore what anyone else tells you, okay? You need a meta striker because the only way you're going to score is if you've got a good striker. If you've got a good defense, it doesn't mean anything. You can still defend with a bad defense, but you can't score with a bad player. Always remember that. People always get that confused. You got this guy here. You put a Hunter on him. 5-star weak foot. A top tier meta card. This guy will last you until January in Striker 1. The best strikers, if not the top 3 strikers in the Premier League. Because of his stats, I'll put him at, to be honest, number 2. If you know, you know. Top tier stamina as well and jumping. So he's got the aggression as well. Got the agility and balance, and he can shoot, and of course he can do the explosive fake shot. So that's where the majority of the budget goes to. We then have another card we put Sinistera here. Now you can, if you want to, put a card like Pulisic here instead. You can put a card like that, or if you've got more money, put a head like someone like Sterling. I like him, 4-star, 4-star, 5-8. I used him last year. You put a finisher on him, a finisher chemistry, gets that agility and balance boost. He has that sprint speed anyway, he doesn't need any more. But he does get that 92 finishing. If you want to turn him into a dribbling beast, you put an engine on him, gets his pace up, agility and balance, and you get that short passing up. Not only can he score, he can also dribble and run down the wing. Everything you want from a perfect winger. For the right wing, you can go with Saka if you want to bring the price down a little bit, but I personally opted to choose Lucas Moura, a card that I like a lot, because when you put a finisher on him, he's got 4-star, 4-star. In contrast, Saka's got 3-star, 3-star. So although Saka is better rated, people always say, oh, look, Saka, he's better rated. Yes, that is true, but it doesn't matter. It's just a number at the end of the day. But realistically, you want someone that's got good agility and balance, which he's got 90s, 4-star, 4-star, 5'9". You put a finisher on him, he's got 91 finishing, 91 shot power, and he's got 93 jumping, high agility and balance, perfect for a winger or a second striker. Then we go over to the midfield. Now, obviously, long term, someone like Kante would be more efficient here. We've gone with Zakaria. To be honest, I think he will last you until January again. He's expensive, but rightly so. He does cost a fifth of the team, but one of the best CDMs in the game, if not in Premier League. Kante's a bit too slow this year, but here you got a 6'3", high defensive work rates, tall player, and that defensive awareness. Very important this year, especially for that run and jockey, guys. Don't forget about that run and jockey. So that's very, very important. He's got the physicality, doesn't need the jumping because he's got the height anyway, and you just put Shadow to get a pace boost on him. You could put an engine to bring the agility balance up a little bit and get the passing up, but I would much prefer, to be honest, the Shadow chemistry style for the boost of the sprint speed, just to get the acceleration up as well. So you've got perfect CDM. Then we have Foden. So Foden, I want to mention something to you. This card, it's a bit, so we're going to use a 4-3-3 fourth variation because he's a cam. He's a get the job done cam. That's what he is. You can use players like Almiron as well. He's got a 3-star weak foot. The reason why I say you can get the job done is you put Hunter on him. He gets 85 short pass, 81 long pass. Got the agility and balance. He's got 5'7", so he's very agile. And you put a Hunter on him, he can shoot. Yes, he does have a 3-star weak foot, but he's high. So you can always play him in like a 4-1-2-1-2 as a box-to-box centre mid as well. And you have a Hunter on him to get that sprint speed up as well. Perfect for any position. Then we've got Bissouma. So I wanted to have like a 2 CDM trio kind of type system. So we've got Bissouma here. I would say he's a very good CDM. He's got medium defensive work rates. That's why we want Zakaria. He's also got good defensive awareness. I wouldn't put a Hunter on him. You can get that shot power up, but it's no point. Long shot's not that good, neither is the finishing. So I would say either put a Shadow or, in my opinion, a Catalyst. So that way you get the pace up and you get the passing up. And I think he's a perfect box-to-box. And you can do those L1 triangle balls over the top. But I would recommend a Shadow if you're playing in more of the defensive end, or if you're playing 2 pivots or 2 CDMs. I'd recommend him and Zakaria together. Or if he is going to go forward, I'd recommend even something like an engine to get a bit of everything. Get agility balance up, the pace up, but he's going to be a bit meh on coming back, so just do bear that in mind. But again, he's a very, very good tanky player. I'll probably keep him. Long term, you could get someone else like KDB, but for now it's fine. Now for left back, you can get that player, that new player in for Man United. I forgot his name, but the problem is in the Premier League there isn't that many left backs. You go Premier League here, we go to left backs. There isn't that many. You've only got like a handful of these guys, and to be honest, we arrange it by pace. You've only got Rico Henry, which is a pretty decent card, but a bit too short. You've got Cornet, which is another good card to get the job done, but defending is lacking this year because he's more of a left mid. Then you have Cancelo. So you've got Malacia and then you've got Tierney. I've opted personally for Tierney, and the reason why is you might think, hang on, doesn't Malacia better defending? Well, Not really, because we look at Tierney's stats over here. It's basically the same. But the reason why I like Tierney a bit more is just a bit taller. 5'10", I suppose 5'7". And you can put a shadow on him, and he's got that better jumping. So just for the left backs and the right backs, I wanted to get a bit of pace in. Then for the right back, you could go with Semedo, but we've gone with Wan-Bissaka. Again, it's another issue here. We have no right backs in the Premier League. We've got Walker, and that's about it. Trent, in my opinion, is a bit too slow, although he's a good card, more of a centre mid. But you want good pace players. You have Mbabu, but the reason I went Wan-Bissaka, because the secret people don't know about him and why I always loved him, is A, he has medium-high work, which all did. But because he's a right back, it doesn't matter too much. But because he's got that high sprint speed, so although he's got 82 pace, the 86 sprint speed makes up for it. So I would say you can literally just put an anchor on him, or even a shadow, and you've got a very, very good card. 92 stand tackling. Now, the only thing I would say is the weak foot, bit of a bummer. The fact he doesn't have medium high, he can't play centre back anymore, but let's not get into that before the entire community come at me again for ruining the game. Then we've got Akanji in centre back. Akanji is one of the best centre backs. There's a lot of players you can get here. Akanji, I think, is a beast because he's medium. If you can't afford Akanji, another player you can get is Saliba. Saliba is also a very, very good card. But right now there isn't really much of him in the market because don't forget his inform is out. But Saliba is also another good card. You can also get Fofana, not that Fofana, the other Fofana from Leicester City. And that is also another decent card as well. So you're basically going for like the high sprint speed, medium high work rates, and good physicality and defending. And then next to him we put Godfrey, another good card. I really liked him. Every single year I love this card because he's medium high work rates, perfect. 90 sprint speed, guys. That's a lot, 90 sprint speed. So you can actually get away with using a sentinel on him. And that way you can actually get his physicality and you can get his defending up as well. Or even just go with an anchor because he has that sprint speed. But I would still recommend a shadow just to get the acceleration up, because you have to always remember this. The average, like if you're in division 9 to like 5, it's fine, okay? But the average player in the division 1 to 7, they're going to have, even most of us, you're going to have the high pace players up front, the attackers. So if your defender's got 80 pace and your attacker's got 90 pace and he's already got a head start, are you going to catch up? And then for goal, we've gone with Pickford. I think he's just a cheap alternative. It's at 56k, so we'll just say 50k. It might be 45k, it might be 55k. Don't forget, prices are changing literally every 5 minutes or so as it stands on the web app. So it was literally 47k before, and now it's gone up. But it'll go back down again or whatever. So you can go with anyone you want here. It doesn't really matter too much on the goalkeeper. If you're wondering, another goalkeeper that's also very, very good. You do have Pope, you have Sanchez, you have Areola. Any of those players, Areola is also good. But to be honest, Pickford is more than fine enough, a bit of balance. And of course, you get that very nice kicking. So how does this all look in games? We go with the 4-1-2-1-2. Striker will put Jota. Cam will put Mora, Sinistera. Then we'll do it like this. So Basuma and Foden playing the 4-1-2-1-2. Either left mid or right mid, or in the narrow system. The exact same thing applies to even the narrow system. There's no literally changes here. Everything is perfect. If you're playing a 4-2-3-1, the one that I would go with, Jota always goes to striker here. I would say Foden has to go Cam here just because you've got the Mora and Sinistera on the wings. And there you got the 4-2-3-1 layout. If you're going to go for 4-4-2, the favourite, I would say Sinistera. Now, Foden, you can go and get someone like Almiron. If you know you're going to be playing that formation a lot more, you can get Almiron here. He's actually a very good card. But he's got a 2-star weak foot. I know, it's dreadful. But he's 5'9". Even though his balance is not that high, it doesn't really matter because you put an engine on him, for example, 250 chem style, 89 sprint speed. Because he's 5'9", he's going to be agile anyway. So you can play it as a right mid, get the job done over there. We put Foden there for now. And then, of course, we're going to put Lucas Moura and Jota up front because Moura gets that 90 finishing with that finisher stat as well. And, of course, the back line, of course, stays consistent. And then we're going to go over to the 3-5-2. Now, this is, again, a bit more sport for choice. What I would say here, the choice I would make is I'll put Tierney as a left mid here, being the fact that he's high work rates over here. And then I'll put Basuma and Zakaria in the middle, and I'll put Foden as a right mid. If you want a centre mid going forward, then Basuma is going to be that option. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. That is the meta 50k team in the Premier League for those that are looking on the web app. I got more squad builders from other leagues on my channel and other budgets, so make sure you do check that out. Link is down below in the description. Well, my channel is down below in the description. And don't forget, I have all these meta squad builders lists also on Footbin. On my Patreon, so it's patreon.com/NealGuides. Links down below in the description, where you can see a full list, a spreadsheet of all the meta players. Anyway, thanks for watching. Take it easy, and of course, I'll catch you next time. Peace out.